Habiters! Welcome back to our channel. This is Habiter Ralph, and for today, we are going to deal with this extra math challenge question. And our topic for today is all about grade 9 math, quarter 4, module 3, the trigonometric functions of special angles. So, specifically, the values of, or the trigonometric functions of the special angles 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and the 90 degrees. So, how are we going to find those values without using calculator? So, first, we are going to draw a Cartesian plane. So, this is the Cartesian plane. Okay? So, this is the origin. And, we are going to draw a unit circle. So, when we say unit circle, that is a circle with a radius that is equal to 1 or 1 unit. So, first, as you can see, the unit circle is divided into 4 equal regions, and those regions are what we call the quadrants. So, first, we are going to find the coordinate of this point. So, remember that this is the origin. So, the distance of the origin is the center of the circle. So, the distance between the origin and to this point is equal to 1. And this is equal, or this is the x-axis. So, why is it that this is equal to 1? Because the unit circle has a radius of 1, and this is the radius of the unit circle. So, the x-coordinate is equal to 1, and the y-coordinate is equal to 0. So, the coordinate of this point is 1, 0. So, how about this point? So, from the origin to this point, the distance is still equal to 1. But this time, this is the y-axis. So, that means that the y-coordinate must be equal to 1. And the x-coordinate is equal to 0. Okay? So, to this point, the distance between the origin to this point is equal to 1, but this is the negative x-axis. That means that the coordinate of the x, or the x-coordinate must be equal to negative 1, because this is the negative x-axis. So this is negative 1, and the y-coordinate is 0, and for this point, the y-coordinate is, or this is the negative y-coordinate. That means that the coordinate of our y, or the y-coordinate, must be equal to negative 1. And the x-coordinate is equal to 0. Yan. Now, in a unit circle, or the equation of a circle is equal, or is, the unit circle is given by x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So, for the trigonometric functions, x corresponds to cosine of a certain angle theta. Let's say the angle is theta. So, cosine theta. So, again, x corresponds to cosine theta, y corresponds to sine theta, and since the unit circle has a radius of 1, that means that r should be equal to 1. So, by substitution, since x corresponds to cosine theta, so we have cosine theta squared plus sine theta squared is equal to 1 squared. So, cosine theta squared can be written as cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta, that is equal to 1 squared, which is equal to 1. So, we have an identity, or we have a trigonometric identity, that is cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to 1. So, we are going to use this to find the trigonometric functions of the special angles 30, 45, and 60. So, now let's go back to the unit circle. So, what if we are going to divide the unit circle into 8 equal parts? So, if we are going to divide this into 8 equal parts, 8 equal parts. So as you can see, for each quadrant was divided into 2 equal parts. So if the quadrant was divided into 2 equal parts, since a quadrant has a 90 degrees, so 90 divided by 2 is equal to 45 degrees. So that means that the angle here is equal to 45 degrees. And also here, that is equal to 45 degrees. So if this is 45 degrees and this is also 45 degrees, we can say that the value of our sine and cosine for this point or for this coordinate must be equal, because the angle here is equal to the angle here. So the sine of a certain angle is equal to the cosine of the angle here. So this is 45 degrees. 45 degrees, so okay. So remember that sine theta is equal to cosine theta, or y is equal to x. So by substitution, if cosine is equal to sine, so from the identity cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta equals 1. So we can say that cosine, or by substitution, we can substitute sine theta as cosine theta. So we have cosine theta squared plus cosine theta squared is equal to 1. Okay, because sine is equal to cosine. So cosine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to 2 cosine squared theta, that is equal to 1. And dividing both sides by 2, we have 2 cosine squared theta is equal to 1/2. And to find the value of cosine theta, we are going to take the square roots of both sides. So we have square root of cosine squared theta and the square root of 1/2. So square root of cosine squared theta is equal to cosine theta, and the square root of 1/2 can be written as square root of 2 over 2. So that means that the coordinate of, or the x coordinate of this point is square root of 2 over 2. And remember that sine theta is equal to cosine theta. That means that this is also our sine theta. So the coordinate of this point is square root of 2 over 2, and this is also equal to square root of 2 over 2. Okay, so now what if we are going to divide the unit circle into 12 equal parts? So if we are going to divide the unit circle into 12 equal parts, so each quadrant must be divided into 3 equal parts. So if this quadrant is divided into 3 equal parts, so it will become, okay, so we're going to erase this first. So 12 equal parts, so we have So again, if we are going to divide the unit circle into 12 equal parts, so each quadrant must be divided into 3 equal parts. So as you can see, the first quadrant was divided into 3 equal parts. So remember that a quadrant has 90 degrees. So 90 divided by 3, that is equal to 30. So the angle here must be equal to 30 degrees. Also, this is equal to 30 degrees and this is equal to 30 degrees. So 30 degrees plus another 30 degrees, that will become 60 degrees, plus another 30 degrees, that is equal to 90 degrees. So now, okay, so let's erase this. So if you want to copy or to take note of those solutions, you can pause the video. So this is 30 degrees. And from this point to this point, that is 30 plus 30, this will become 60 degrees. Okay? So this is 30 degrees, this is 60 degrees, this is 90 degrees. Now, if we are going to use protractor, okay, if we are going to use a protractor, so this point, the x coordinate of this point, or the y coordinate of this point lies exactly at 1/2. So this is 1/2. So lies exactly at the 1/2 of the y-axis, or 1/2 of the radius of this unit circle. So we can say that the x coordinate, the y coordinate of this point is equal to 1/2. So how are we going to find the x coordinate? So we are going to use the identity cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta equals 1. So we have already find the value of sine theta, which is equal to 1/2. So again, sine theta is equal to 1/2. So by substitution, we have cosine squared theta plus, so this is sine squared theta, that can be written as sine theta squared, so that is 1/2 squared equals 1. So cosine squared theta is equal to 1/2 squared. So 1/2 squared, that is 1 squared over 2 squared, or that is equal to 1/4. So cosine squared theta is equal to 1 minus 1/4. 1 minus 1/4. So we have cosine squared theta is equal to 1 minus 1/4, which is equal to 3/4. Now, since this is cosine squared theta, so to find the value of cosine theta, we are going to take the square root of the both sides. So taking the square roots of both sides, we have square root of cosine squared theta is equal to cosine theta. And the square root of 3/4 is equal to square root of 3/2. That means that the x-coordinate of this point is equal to square root of 3/2. Okay? So, the coordinate of this point, or the coordinate of the 30 degrees, is square root of 3/2, 1/2. So now, how are we going to find the value of, or the trigonometric functions of the 60 degrees? So 60 degrees, if you're going to 60 degrees, the x-coordinate of 60 degrees lies exactly at 1/2 of the radius of the unit circle. So that means that the x-coordinate is equal to 1/2. So similarly, the y-coordinate of this point must be equal to square root of 3/2. So the coordinate of 60 degrees is equal to 1/2 square root of 3/2. So that means that the coordinate of 0 degrees, the coordinate of 0 degrees is 1, 0. The coordinate of 30 degrees is square root of 3/2, 1/2. The coordinate of 45 degrees is square root of 2/2, square root of 2/2. The coordinate of 60 degrees is 1/2 square root of 3/2, and the coordinate of 90 degrees is 0, 1. So remember that cosine theta corresponds to x and sine theta corresponds to y. So, how are we going to find the value of tangent theta? Remember that tangent theta is equal to sine theta over cosine theta. So, in terms of x and y, we can say that tangent theta is equal to y over x. Okay? And we have three reciprocal of we have three reciprocal of the trigonometric functions. So that is the cosecant theta. So cosecant theta is the reciprocal of sine theta. So if this is the reciprocal, or if this is equal to 1 over sine theta, we can say that cosecant theta must be equal to 1 over y, because sine corresponds to y. And for the secant theta, secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So secant is equal to 1 over cosine. That means that secant theta is equal to 1 over x. And for the last trigonometric function, the cotangent theta. The cotangent theta is the reciprocal of the tangent, or that is equal to cosine theta over sine theta. So in terms of x and y, we can say that cotangent theta is equal to x over y. So these are the values of the cosine theta, sine theta, tangent theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, and cotangent theta in terms of x and y. So we can use this to find the values of those trigonometric functions. So in the module, i-crop lang ni na part. Wait lang. Okay, so please refer on your module habiters. So on the page 9 of this module, the what it is part, so we are going to answer that part. So first we are going to erase this. So again, if you want to copy those solutions, you can pause this video. So let's erase this also. Ayan. So for the what is it part, there is a table. So this is the table. Okay, these are the values of trigonometric functions of special angles. And the table was divided into 8 as 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the angle. This is sine theta, cosine theta, tangent theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, and the last one is the cotangent theta. So these are the 6 trigonometric functions. And this is 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and 60 degrees. So now, in this part, we are going to find the sine of the 30 degrees. So remember that sine corresponds to sine theta corresponds to y, and the coordinate of 30 degrees is square root of 3 over 2 1/2. So And cosine theta corresponds to x. So, since this is our x coordinate and this is the y coordinate, that means that sine theta is simply equal to 1/2. So, the answer for this portion is 1/2. And for cosine theta, since cosine corresponds to x value, so the x coordinate is square root of 3 over 2. That means that our cosine theta is equal to square root of 3 over 2. So this is square root of 3 over 2. How about the tangent of 30 degrees? Okay, remember that tangent is equal to y over x, or that is sine theta over sine theta over cosine theta. So tangent is equal to sine theta, or that is y over x. So since our x is equal to square root of 3 over 2 and our y is 1/2, that means that tangent theta is equal to 1/2 over square root of 3 over 2. So tangent theta is equal to 1/2 multiplied to the reciprocal of our denominator, square root of 3 over 2. So the reciprocal is 2 over square root of 3. So tangent, or this is tangent 30, sorry. Tangent 30 degrees. So tangent 30 degrees is equal to, so the 2 will be cancelled out. So we have 1 over square root of 3. So if you are going to rationalize 1 over square root of 3, that is equal to square root of 3 over 3. That means that tangent 30 is equal to square root of 3 over 3. So the answer for this portion is equal to square root of 3 over 3. Now, what is the cosecant of 30 degrees? So cosecant of 30 degrees. So again, the coordinate is square root of 3 over 2, 1/2. So cosecant theta is equal to 1 over y, because this is equal to 1 over sine. And sine corresponds to y, so cosecant theta is equal to 1 over y. So cosecant theta is cosecant of 30 degrees is equal to 1 over 1/2, and cosecant of 30 degrees is equal to 1 multiplied by the reciprocal of 1. Reciprocal of 1/2 is 2 over 1. So 1 times 2 over 1, that is equal to 2. So that means that the cosecant of 30 degrees is equal to 2. So the answer for this part is equal to 2. Now, how about the secant theta? Secant theta is the secant theta is equal to 1 over cosine theta. And since cosine theta corresponds to x, we can say that secant theta is equal to 1 over x. So secant theta, secant 30 degrees is equal to 1 over our x is equal to square root of 3 over 2. So we have secant 30 degrees is equal to 1 times 2 over square root of 3. So that is equal to 2 over square root of 3, 2 over square root of 3, and if we are going to rationalize 2 over square root of 3, that is equal, so multiplying both numerators and denominators by square root of 3, so secant 30 degrees is equal to 2 square root of 3 over square root of 3 times square root of 3, that is equal to 3. So that means secant 30 degrees is equal to 2 square root of 3 over 3. Now, for the cotangent theta, remember that cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. And tangent, remember that tangent is equal to y over x. So we can say that cotangent theta is equal to x over y. And since our x is equal to square root of 3 over 2, cotangent of 30 degrees is equal to square root of 3 over 2 over 1 over 2. So, we have cotangent of 30 degrees is equal to square root of 3 over 2 multiplying to the reciprocal of 1/2, which is equal to 2. So, the denominator 2 and the factor 2 will be cancelled out. So cotangent 30 is equal to square root of 3. So cotangent of 30 degrees is equal to square root of 3. Now, let's proceed to the angle 45 degrees, special angle 45 degrees. So, what is the coordinate of the 45 degrees, or what is the coordinate of this angle 45 degrees? So remember that the coordinate of 45 degrees is square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2. So x and y are both equal to square root of 2 over 2. So for sine, remember that sine theta corresponds to y. And since our y is equal to square root of 2 over 2, that means sine of 45 degrees is equal to square root of 2 over 2. So this is equal to square root of 2 over 2. For the cosine, 45 degrees, remember that cosine corresponds to x, and our x here is equal to square root of 2 over 2 also. So that means that cosine 45 is equal to square root of 2 over 2. How about the tangent of 45 degrees? So the tangent of 45 degrees, so remember that tangent is equal to y over x. So we have y over x, our y is square root of 2 over 2, and the x is equal to square root of 2 over 2. As we can see, the numerators and denominators are equal. And if the numerator and denominator of a fraction are equal and not equal to 0, therefore the answer is equal to 1. So tangent 45 is equal to 1. So this is equal to 1. How about the cosecant of 45 degrees? Okay, again, cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. That means cosecant is equal to 1 over y. So cosecant of 45 degrees is equal to 1 over square root of 2 over 2. So cosecant 45 degrees is equal to 1 multiplied to the reciprocal of the denominator, 2 over square root of 2. So cosecant of 45 degrees is equal to 2 over square root of 2. And if you're going to rationalize 2 over square root of 2, by multiplying square root of 2 to the numerator and denominator, so cosecant of 45 degrees is equal to 2 square root of 2 over 2, or that is simply equal to square root of 2. So cosecant of 45 degrees is equal to square root of 2. Cosecant. Okay, now, secant of 45 degrees. Again, secant of 45 degrees. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So this is equal to 1 over cosecant 45 degrees. So say 1 over cosine 45 degrees. So remember that cosine of 45 degrees is equal to 1 over square root of 2. So similar to cosecant of 45 degrees, secant 45 degrees is also equal to square root of 2. Now, for the cotangent of 45 degrees. So cotangent of 45 degrees is equal to cosine, because cotangent is equal to the reciprocal of tangent. So the reciprocal of tangent, so 1 over tangent of 45. So cotangent of 45 degrees is equal to 1 over tangent of 45 is equal to 1. That means that cotangent of 45 degrees is also equal to 1. Because the reciprocal of 1 is also equal to 1. So we have here 1. Now, for the last part, we are going to find the trigonometric functions of the angle 60 degrees. Okay? So 60 degrees. 60 degrees. So, the coordinate of 60 degrees is 1/2 square root of 3 over 2. So, 1/2 square root of 3 over 2. So, the sine of 60 degrees, remember that sine corresponds to y. So, sine 60 degrees is square root of 3 over 2. The cosine of 60 degrees, remember that cosine corresponds to x. So, cosine of 60 degrees is equal to 1/2. Now, for the tangent of 60 degrees, that is equal to sine of 60 degrees over cosine of 60 degrees. So, tangent of 60 degrees is equal to square root of 3 over 2 all over 1/2. So, if we are going to complete this, that is equal to square root of 3. Okay? So, this is equal to square root of 3. We have already solved an expression similar to this. So, this is equal to square root of 3. That means tangent of 60 degrees is square root of 3. Now, for the cosecant of 60 degrees. Cosecant of 60 degrees. So, remember that cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So, cosecant of 60 degrees is equal to 1 over sine 60. And sine 60 is equal to 1/2. Is equal to square root of 3 over 2. So, square root of 3 over 2. So, this is equal to 2 over square root of 3, or that's 2 square root of 3 over 3. So, cosecant of 60 degrees is 2 square root of 3 over 3. So, for the secant of 60 degrees is equal to 1 over cosine of 60 degrees. Because secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So, secant of 60 degrees is equal to 1 over 1/2, and the reciprocal of 1/2 is equal to 2. So, that means that secant of 60 degrees is equal to 2. Okay, so this is equal to 2. And for the last one, the cotangent of for the cotangent of 60 degrees, that is, remember that cotangent is equal to 1 over tangent, or that is also equal to cosine theta over sine theta. So, we are going to use the tangent. We are going to use 1 over tangent. So, cotangent of 60 degrees is equal to 1 over tangent of 60 degrees. So, tangent of 60 degrees is equal to square root of 3. So, 1 over square root of 3, if we are going to rationalize this, we are going to multiply square root of 3 to the numerator and the denominator. So, we have 1 times the square root of 3 is square root of 3, and square root of 3 times square root of 3 is equal to 1. So, cotangent of 60 degrees is equal to square root of 3 over 3. Okay? Okay, so I hope that you have learned a lot today, habiters. So, if you have questions or clarifications, you can comment below. Okay, so if you have questions, please comment down your questions, or if you have some clarifications, you can message us to the Facebook page, the Habiters and Extra Challenge Math Goes Beyond. So that's all for today, Habiters. Again, I am Habiter Ralph. See you in our next math tutorial video. Stay negative sa COVID.